And when it comes to strategy, communication is the most important thing, because if you can't define your strategy and communicate it in terms that everyone in your business understands them, then guess what happens to your strategy? Nothing.
Right.
Because businesses don't implement strategies. The people in these businesses do. So that's why we need, and I think that's the second to do, make strategy something for everyone.
That's a good segue.
Everyone needs to understand it.
That's a good segue. Make strategy for everyone is the second do. Unpack what you mean by that, making it for everyone.
If you have, let's stay with that example, a roofing company, and you have, 50 people working for you, then there are 50 people with their own dreams, their own hopes, their own aspirations, their families, their friends, their hobbies. If these people see your business just as someone they help grow and therefore get money, then this is a transactional relationship. They come to work, they do their job, they go home and take their paycheck with them. Transactional. I do this, I get this. That's not how strategies are being implemented. Strategies are being implemented when people stay with you for the longer term, because they believe in your cause. They believe and understand that what you want to build is something worth building, something worth being a part of. But that only happens when people understand what their contribution is to bringing this picture to life, to achieving this vision. If you help them understand what their part is, and even help them grow on the way, and help them become more aspirational, more inspired, more you name it, then they see that you are there for more than just providing a job that pays the bills. And that's what people want. Sure, there are also people that just want to show up and want to take money home. That's totally fine. Not everyone wants to grow and wants to learn and wants to be part of something bigger. But most people are. And if they understand what they contribute to the bigger picture, that's how people are being motivated. It's not money. Money doesn't motivate people. There are countless academic research projects that have proven that the moment you make money a non-issue, more money doesn't motivate people anymore. It's something beyond money. It's understanding how you contribute to a bigger picture. It's having the freedom to do the work you do every day, the way you want to do it, not because some micromanager is standing behind you telling you every step on the way. And those things do count. And that's what I mean. Making strategy for everyone means helping everyone understand how they contribute and make them feel seen and valued for it.
So to be clear, what you're saying is this, going and taking a trip to a cabin in the woods for 3 days and really thinking deeply and coming up with this great plan that you're super excited about, and then coming back to your team and finding that they don't care whatsoever. That's the wrong way of going about it. How do we get our team involved with this process? Are we bringing them to the cabin in the woods also? Do we do little departmental strategic plans or strategy sessions? How do we actually get an organization of 25 people, 50 people, maybe more, hundreds of people in some instances involved with the build out of the strategy? Because people tend to care more about things that they helped create. And I'm just wondering if you've seen leaders do that exceptionally well in some of the examples that you work with.
The job of a leadership team is to acknowledge the facts, the reality, the truth, where they are today, define the picture in the future, where they want to be, the vision statement basically, and everything in between needs the input of other people. Because just because you founded the business and just because you run the business doesn't mean you know enough to make those decisions alone. So totally fine. Book your weekend in the woods. Go there, the 2 of you, the 5 of you, the 10 of you, whoever many you are, and come up with, this is why we need to do something. This is how we want this business to look like in 2 to 3 years. We think that the priorities in order to get there look like this, and then you take this back to your team and ask for input. Does this make sense? What do you see that we don't see? And thereby you open the strategic process up to the wider public. It doesn't mean you involve everyone. You will have those people that have an innate interest in contributing to something like that. And you will have those in your business that don't. Totally fine. Make sure that those who want to be heard, that want to contribute, can contribute, because they will support the implementation along the way.
Yeah.
So defining where you start, defining where the end should be, and everything in between needs to be a collaborative approach.
Everything in between needs to be a collaborative approach. That's the important part. You're not devising every single step along the way and then instructing your marketing division to go execute, your production division to go execute, whatever else you have in your business. Because you don't, like you just said, you don't know as much about the inner workings of your business as you think you do. That's the first really important point. But B, you have created this plan or this goal or this vision very unilaterally and are handing it down in a super top-down way that creates no buy-in. And I think that's when there'd be for sure some listener right now that is having a bit of an aha moment because they've done this exact process in the past where they kind of charted the course in too much detail. They didn't leave the space between for the team to fill. They went and told them sort of like a dictator would, and then a year later they're disappointed with the result. So I'm glad that you kind of define that. There's nothing wrong with the cabin in the woods, but make sure that you're not overdoing it in the cabin in the woods, because the people that aren't there need to be involved, a day or a week later in the how, in the in-between steps, right?
There is this incredibly famous writer, he died a long time ago, Antoine de Saint-Exupéry, who wrote The Little Prince. And one of the most famous sentences from Saint-Exupéry was, if you want people to build ships, don't show them how to build ships. Teach them about countries far away and the yearning of the sea. They will build the ships on their own. That's what happens in the woods. You create that vision, you create that yearning where people be like, awesome idea, I know what I can do to make this a reality. You want to leave this to the people.
Yeah, I love that. I really, really like that point. What's the third and final do?
Don't think it's a straight line. Strategy is a dance. It's 2 steps forward, sometimes 1 step to the side, sometimes even 1 step back.
Listen, if you like that clip, you can watch the full episode by clicking here. If you're not yet subscribed, you probably should be, and you can do that by clicking right here.